I told an honest lie. I did. I lied to you, but I did it in an honest way. And I need to make a video to clarify and give some explanation of why I lied. So kind of an odd way to start a video, right? I mean, who says they told an honest lie? Because if you tell a lie, it's not the truth. It's plain and simple as that much, right? You're either honest or you're lying. There's truth, it's untrue. But I, in fact, did tell an honest lie, and it's something that I want to talk about to clarify, but also this video is kind of meant to document the progression of the fish room, progression of the channel, things that have changed. Like, how do I put this? As a content creator, absolutely, right? Like, I want my videos to get views, but the purpose of this video is more so to give people that have been following my channel an opportunity to kind of catch up, understand what I mean by this, and give some clarification on some past videos that I have made that were, all leading up to the building of the fish room, which we're actually standing in. As you can tell by the amount of caffeinated beverages behind me that are empty, we've been busy down here. So some things have changed, and that's what this video is going to address. So a few months ago, or maybe weeks? Jeez, it's gotta be like 2 months ago now. It's just crazy, right? Time's flying. But anyways, I did a video and I talked about the fish that I regretted rehoming, right? The fish I regretted selling, and there were 3 fish I talked about in that video. And in the end of that video, I told everybody that one of those 3 fish were going to be coming back to the fish room, that the 40-gallon acrylic tank I have upstairs right now in kind of the current quote-unquote fish room was going to be coming down to this fish room, and I was going to be purchasing those fish. So those 3 fish I talked about were a flower horn, a Fahaka puffer, and then the shell dwellers. All 3 fish I've had in my possession at one time, and all 3 fish I actually really enjoyed keeping, and all 3 fish I would love to have again. So my intention was to get a flower horn, and then I had a subscriber reach out to me, told me he had a very large colony of shell dwellers. He was looking to thin them out, and he would like to send me some. I cover shipping, that kind of a thing. Good guy, right? No ill feelings at all, nothing of that nature. It just never came to fruition. So I was 100% going to set up that 40-gallon all-in-one acrylic tank to be a new shell dweller just haven. I had so many ideas for that tank and what I wanted to do with it. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out, right? After some conversing with the subscriber, we kind of settled on things. The world had its kind of small apocalypse, and we just lost contact and things didn't go through, and that's okay. Mainly because as I started building, let me kind of see if I can move the camera around here a little bit. Bear with me. Let me see if I can give you kind of an idea of how much space is actually in this fish room. So it's 8 feet long. Wait, I said that wrong. 7 by 8. So there's not much space back here. If you can see back here, we set up the new monitor for the live streaming. That's where I just recently did my think tank live stream. If you're not sure what that is, that's a monthly live stream between myself, Bay Area Aquatics, and a Guppy Guru. So I knew I wanted that down here. I wanted so bad to have a live streaming area in the fish room. I wanted that so bad. And then I wanted the breeding rack, right? We talked a little bit about this. I've done some videos on this. You may have seen some by now. This is that 4 foot wide, left to right, how you want to say it, 2 feet deep, and it's like 6.5 feet tall. This is the breeding rack that we set up. Again, like we were gonna, we set this up, right? And then a lot of the discussion was, do we have even room in the fish room for this? That was one of my main concerns, right? As I'm sitting here and I'm playing with camera settings, just trying to find that perfect look for my, anyways. So you can kind of tell, like, this is a major rambling video. I was never, well, that's a lie. I didn't plan on doing this breeding rack when I first really came up with my idea for my fish room. In my initial plans for this fish room, I did not plan on doing this breeding rack. I literally planned on doing the 220 gallon, which is kind of right behind the camera, I was gonna have a 5 foot, another 5 foot acrylic tank. That's where the goldfish were gonna go. I've recently sold both the goldfish and the tank. And then I found that 90-gallon cube, which we're gonna get to in a second, because that's another part of this video. Well, as I built the room, all of a sudden I realized how overzealous I got. And then I got the 220 in here, and all of a sudden the room went whoop and just shrunk. I swear it shrunk. Geez, like I was down here measuring and measuring and measuring and measuring. The fact is, like, I love the 220 gallon. I love that I get to house my Maboo puffer in here for quite a while before we may need to upgrade. And we'll figure that out down as the road comes. Because who knows if I'll even be in this house still, right? I mean, we'll figure it out. Like, maybe my wife will let me build a big 8 foot tank. I don't know. That's a whole other video. But then I got the breeding rack up. So like I knew that I wanted the breeding rack up. I wanted the 220 up. Because there's no way I'm getting rid of my Maboo puffer, right? I bought that fish for the long haul. I'll put the time and effort into that fish. Then I wanted the breeding rack so bad. I wanted the option, the opportunity to set up a rack with all the ideas in my head. The air system, the drain lines, the water changes, the lighting, just all these things I've compiled from talking to so many just incredible people in this hobby that are a lot smarter than me. So that kind of came down there. And then I really wanted that live streaming station. This is my place of peace and zen, and I wanted to share that with as many people as I could. So when all that got in here, I didn't have room for that 40-gallon tank. I just simply did not have room. So once I move all the fish in there down to this fish room, I will be selling that 40-gallon acrylic tank. I will not be bringing in shell dwellers. It's mainly because that source fell through. I will not be bringing in flowerhorn. I will not be bringing in a Flahaka puffer. Not anytime soon. So I still regret getting rid of those fish, but they're just not in the plans right now because I have so many plans for this breeding tank. I have so many fish stuffed in that little room that I definitely need to, get moving on these projects and different things. And hopefully by the time, as you can kind of tell as I'm filming this video, I don't have anything on the rack yet, but a bunch of tools and crap. Hopefully here, it's the weekend I'm filming this video, and again, no idea when I'm going to release this video. I'm hoping to get a bunch of stuff done in here, but anyways. Moving on to the 90-gallon. The 90-gallon cube. The 90-gallon cube that I found for such a good price that I spent so many hours literally just cleaning that thing. I can leave, as I'm talking about these videos I made and different things, I'll be leaving links, and you probably saw some of the cards popping up in the corner. I'll be leaving links up in the corners there. That 90-gallon cube was incredible. Man, I found this tank, guy local, 90-gallon cube, which is very uncommon in my area. Cube tanks just aren't common in my area. Finding the 220-gallon acrylic tank was hard in my area. But I know for a fact there's so many people in my area in like northern Utah that have massive tanks, and keep some incredible fish. I know they're out there, but the people tend to kind of hang on to them, or they want my freaking right kidney and my left whatever. I don't know where my kidneys even are. I'm probably gonna get nurses yelling at me like, your kidney's over here. You're probably right, but they want so much for it. So 90-gallon cube came up. It was disgusting. Gosh, it was disgusting, and I spent hours cleaning that tank. I mean, literally scraping and scrubbing. And then I didn't actually film it, but I personally completely did a complete tear down of that tank. And I rebuilt the tank. I resealed everything. Man, like the tank looked so good when I was done with it. So, all right, this is kind of turning into me just complaining, right? Geez, first world problems, right? So, I've got the tank in the room, kind of set it up, and it was literally going to be like, if I put it where I wanted it to be, I was going to be doing like one of these, getting into my fish room. There's already not a lot of room. Like, I don't know if the camera really picks it up or shows it, but like, I can practically, I'm 6 feet tall. I can almost touch both walls, right? So it took up way more space than I thought it was going to. It was 30 by 30 by 25 inches tall. Beautiful dimensions, just absolutely gorgeous dimensions. I sold that tank the other day. I no longer have that tank in my possession. It was a hard debate. It was a really hard debate because I thought about putting the tank over here where the live streaming station is now, but then it would block so much of the breeding rack. It would block so much of the 220 that I purposely built, like got a hinge for this monitor for it to like collapse down into the wall. We're gonna eventually put up a nano tank right here. So a lot of ideas, but it just took up too much space. It really just took up too much space. So that's where we're at. I told an honest lie in the way of, I told you things I was going to do that I am now not. And I wanted, the entire purpose of this video is not, oh, whoa, me, right? No. It is, I wanted to keep everyone up to date on the fish room build and kind of why there's changes being made, because I promoted that 90-gallon cube so freaking hard. But I have good news, come with me. So let me get this out of the way, and you can, all right, here's my good news. We bought another cube tank. This is not a 90-gallon cube. This is a 60-gallon cube. And what I like about it is it actually has a built-in overflow. So it's an external overflow box. God, I kind of had to buy it, move it into the garage. A little weird. Here's some more tanks we're gonna be using downstairs. So it's a 60-gallon cube. The dimensions, it's 24 by 24 by 24. So it fits a little better in the fish room. Not crazy about the stand, but I'm so tired. I'm so freaking tired of messing with stands. I really am. I'm so tired of messing with aquarium stands. So I think we're gonna leave it be, work with the stand we have. So it's a smaller cube, but it does not change the plans for the fish or the scape. It merely just means I'm not gonna keep as many of the fish that I have. So stay tuned. Those fish are coming. I'm gonna tell you what they are very soon as I get this tank set up, but it will give me a unique opportunity to fully show you how I'm going to set up the plumbing on this tank, because it's gonna be a little different. The guy, I asked him, I'm like, so on the overflow, right? Like, water flows in, comes down. Jeez, you can't even see that. Hang on. Wow. Okay. Water comes in. Jeez. Anyways, just do this. I didn't realize it was gonna be so bad because it's black on black. Water overflows into the overflow box. From there, it will go down through a series of pipe work, and from there, it will connect into the sump. And I kept the sump from the original 90-gallon. I would have done 3/4 inch drain lines, if not 1 inch drain lines personally. So I messaged the guy I bought it from before I bought it from him. Like, hey, what's the drain lines? Oh, they're 3/4 inch. Sweet, fantastic. No, he says, what do you say? They're 3/4 inch? Sweet, that's great. What are the return lines? Oh, they're 1 inch. Little odd to me, but okay, I can work with that. Nope, I get there. The return lines are 3/4 inch and the overflow lines are 1/2 inch. So I have the knowledge and the know-how to re-drill those holes to make them bigger. I just don't want to. So we're gonna see, it's gonna be kind of a unique build, but I think it's gonna work really well with the fish we're gonna keep. So there's my honest lie. We're changing some things up, but it's gonna be for the better. Trust me, this 60-gallon cube is going to be freaking awesome. I actually kind of like that the overflow is not in the tank anymore. Fish are gonna look incredible. And we're just not gonna have that extra 40-gallon tank down in the fish room, but I think it's gonna be okay. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I know this was an odd one, and especially if like this is the first video you're gonna find of my channel. Check some more things out. I promise I'm not as crazy as I seem, but thank you to everyone that has been supporting me on this. I can't thank you enough. It's very humbling that I get to share my passion with so many people and the response I get. So thank you, everybody. Leave me a comment. What should we do today? Leave me, if you had the opportunity, if you had a 60-gallon cube given to you, because I think I did this on the 90-gallon cube. If you got a 60-gallon cube, 24 by 24 by 24, that's the dimensions, tell me how you would scape it and what you would stock it with. And I'm curious to see everybody's comments. So thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.